take my notes, and that helped a lot, but it was largely the textbooks. And I could have done fine without the human touch. But I think most people really need at least a mixture. You need a lot of material. It came out of books before. It comes out of computers now, which do a lot better job at it. But you need somehow a human guide that is at least guiding what subjects you should be learning altogether. The thing that we have not changed in education with computers is you still have to learn, in most places, the same subjects on the same day, the same pages in the book as everyone else in your class, and the right answer is the same answer that everyone else has. So being like everyone else becomes intelligence. But if you think about it, intelligence, there's memorizing things, rote learning, or there's thinking. And we always say you don't get the thinking of solving your own problems, creating your own new things. And the thinking is often treated as disruptive in the school environment. We need new school environments. Yes, people have been saying that for hundreds of years, that we have to figure out a way to make the schools operate differently. And you know, I was hoping computers would make a big difference. So far, when I look at how many people know how much about the world coming out of high school, coming out of the university, it's about the same as it's always been my whole life, and hundreds of years before probably, and thousands of years before maybe. And it didn't seem to make that huge a difference, but I'm hoping that someday it allows us to change how education's done. If I may for a moment, I got chances to teach some young children one-on-one. One teacher, one student. You can never fail that way. In the classes, computers were very inexpensive. We can make computers so inexpensive today that they can do so much. I thought, now you can afford a class of 30 teachers. One teacher per student. Well, the computers have not quite become full-blown teachers yet. They're stale. The student sort of sees them more as a computer than a human being. But the computers are getting better and better at seeming like human friends. You talk to your phones nowadays. You ask questions about the world. You get answers spoken to you. It's becoming more and more like a human friend. And I think once a computer is as a teacher, knows you entirely, knows all the subjects, it knows what accent to put on words that is more familiar to you. It begins to know you, your heart and soul as a person. I think then it can be more like a human teacher at a very low cost per student. It also enables something that online education today enables. Let's say we're going to have the fixed school of the future and human supervisors, but every single student can now choose their own subjects of interest that they discover through movies, through books, through text, things that they happen to be good at in early age. They can go in that direction, every student in different directions at different speeds, as long as every single computer can be like a human teacher in a lot of ways of judging it. And I don't know if you agree with that.
Well, I agree, but I think that we're forgetting the delivery part of the education, you know, and having the right teachers and the right tools. And based on your point, do you think that we'll ever be able to learn algebra on a smartphone? Because everyone's like mobile learning.
A lot of us can learn algebra today on a smartphone, on an iPad, wherever we are in our own lifestyle, if we want to. Not everybody, some people are scared to learn if it's not from a person. You grow up with certain personalities and values in life, and it comes from your friends and your parents and things you get done. So some people don't relate to technology the same effective way that others do. But it certainly offers a lot of opportunity now to at least assess where you're at. But the fact that we haven't really changed where education's getting, and can you scale that to every single public school in the world? That's still a challenge. We haven't managed to do that yet. So I still am hopeful that even if other efforts that are very good-minded don't take us hugely in different directions, and saving all the people that decide school's not worthwhile at an early age. We want to save them. We want to bring them up in, give them really a good place in today's society, and a good place to be good wage earners and contributors to the society of the future. We don't want to lose so many of them. By age 8, most students have decided whether to go to school, it's important, or to drop out, and it's not very important because I'm not one of the top ones in the class. And we've got to figure out ways to get beyond that. It's a very different education paradigm. And all I can think of is maybe if computers get conscious, like real brains. I don't know if it's possible. My entire life I thought it's not possible. Now, as I speak to my machine, I think maybe it is.
I think what I gather from what you're saying is the role human beings play is vital. People need a slap, a hug in the back. People need someone to tell them. And I think that's where we get confused when we don't have to decide if technology is going to replace a teacher. Why can't we have both? You know, and what is the role of teachers with technology?
Yeah,
because they can complement them.